2019 is a very big year for Butler and Wilson. Simon Wilson joins me right now. 50 years, Simon.
50 years of our company and nearly 25 years with QVC.
Should we take it right back to the start?
Okay.
In those early days of Butler and Wilson, did you know it was going to be this huge brand that was still going to be around 50 years later?
You know, to be honest, when I think about it, and I always say this if I'm talking to kids about their, the college or whatever, I've just always gone with a click in my head of saying, I was in Scotland, I left when I was 19, I went to live in Spain. Because I don't know why, I was going to be a technical engineer, my dad wanted to be a footballer, I was going to be, I did a bit of hairdressing, and then I thought, I've got to go. And so just a click and I went. And it's sort of my whole life has been like that. When I think about it, it's as if it's somebody else's life. We started with the antiques, 1925, Art Deco, that I've always still been influenced with. And then towards the end of the 70s, you couldn't find it. There was nowhere you'd go. You'd go to Bermondsey at 5 o'clock in the morning, and you'd go to Portobello at 7:15 on Saturday morning. Yeah. But that was like it was like going to college. That taught me you had to be immediate. That was my schooling. In my head, it's always been glamorous. Even when I had no money, I would take a taxi. Rather than buy food, it's the other truth. I would rather, if I've got, £3, and I think, I can get a taxi to the West. That's how long ago it was. Yeah. I can get a taxi to the West End rather than thinking I can go and buy something to eat. So the whole glamour thing's sort of been inbuilt in my head. And I thought, I want to do so I did huge big chokers, huge big, like the lizards, the spiders, and that coincided with the 80s starting when Claude Montana did big shoulder pads. There was Saint Laurent, everything was big. And everything, Dynasty was happening, and
people entered a room.
And Dynasty bought from us. Yeah. And it was the more glamorous you were, the better.
Wow.
And that's the basic formula. But what I also didn't want to do, I never wanted it to become a big brand. So I wanted to control it.
Why?
Because then you would have to go into a bigger production. So you'd have to do big quantities. You would have to, or somebody would invest in your company, and then you'd be working for somebody.
So you'd lose that control.
So you would lose the control. I mean, not that I like control, but
as an artist, it's having control of the direction that you want to go in.
What you want it, how you want it to be. I know a lot of people, especially in the 80s, had very successful clothing companies. Yeah. And they sold them. And then they would come to me and say, they'd see me in the window, dressing the window, and they would say, "Oh, Simon, you're so lucky." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" She said, "Oh, you've still got your..." I said, "Well, why did you take the money?" And they've always regretted it.
Behind us right now is a beautiful sort of reproduction, I guess you could call it, of the Dancing Couple. Tell me about some of your sort of iconic pieces.
The Dancing Couple is one of the most. So, and that ties in with, we do the dancing show that's on TV. We've always done all the jewelry for it. Yeah. And it's one that you think, and especially when you've been an antique dealer, you look and you think, we did that in about 85 or something. And it's still...
the Dancing Couple, 85.
Brooch, yeah. And it's still classic.
Yeah, it's
and
beautiful.
It still works. And I thought, I need to do the big versions of this for our 50th, just to show how amazing it is.
Well, we'll wish you a very happy 50th.
It's exciting, isn't it?
It's such an exciting anniversary, and 24 years here at QVC.
24th anniversary this month. And then next year, yeah, the 25th next year.
25th. So many years with us here at QVC, but the big celebration has to be for that 50th anniversary of Butler and Wilson, of course, in the world of jewellery, and such a statement here in central London as well with your amazing store. Don't forget, you can browse all of the latest offers from Butler and Wilson, of which there are many, celebrating those 50 years, and of course that long relationship with us here at
August shoes
QVC.
are
Amazing.
Amazing.
You've been working so
Really
busily behind the
amazing.
scenes to bring
I'm
you.
so excited about them.
So check them all out early online right now. Go to qvcuk.com and search Butler and Wilson.
Thank you.